I'm 75 now, and I can't remember anybody except the Queen being there. Unexpectedly, Queen Camilla has reportedly been kicked out of royal engagements after bombshell revelations from Princess Beatrice and Prince Andrew. What did they expose that led to such drastic measures? This royal drama has left everyone buzzing with interest and speculation. As tensions rise within the family, the public is eager to uncover the truth behind these revelations. Could this be the beginning of a major break in the royalism? Stay tuned as we dive into the juicy details that have everyone talking. Unexpected royal drama, the incident unfolds. The British royal family has been full of scandals and controversies, but the latest incident has left everyone shocked. It all started when Princess Beatrice and Prince Andrew decided to reveal the secrets of the inner workings of the monarchy, and boy, did they drop some major bombshells. According to sources close to the royal family, Beatrice and Andrew held a secret meeting with the rest of the royals, where they made some shocking revelations about Queen Camilla. The details of their allegations are still secret, but rumor has it that they are so shocking that they could shake the very foundation of the royal household. Immediately after the meeting, the palace released a statement saying that Queen Camilla would be stepping back from her royal duties for the predictable future. Talk about a dramatic turn of events. The public is absolutely puzzled, wondering what on earth could have happened to force this extreme response. Some people think that Beatrice and Andrew's revelations might have uncovered things Camilla was trying to keep secret. Others believe that a deeper conflict is starting to emerge within the family, one that has been simmering for years. Whatever the case may be, one thing is clear: the gloves are off, and the royals are not holding back. The tension between Camilla and the younger generation of royals, like Beatrice and Andrew, has been noticeable for a while now, and it seems like it's finally overflowing. Worth pointing out is that the palace has stayed quiet, refusing to give any clear answers or details. This, of course, has only fueled the public's curiosity and speculation, with everyone and their mother weighing in on social media. There's chatter that this could shake things up for the royals, possibly changing how they make decisions. The younger royals, in particular, seem to be asserting themselves more and not backing down. Princess Beatrice and Prince Andrew's revelations. Princess Beatrice and Prince Andrew have taken everyone by surprise with some jaw-dropping revelations about the royal family, igniting a storm of questions and leaving both the public and palace officials eagerly awaiting more answers. What exactly did they reveal that has everyone talking? It all started at a private gathering where Beatrice and Andrew, known for speaking their minds, chose to open up about their experiences in the royal family. Although much of what was said is still kept quiet, sources hint that their revelations touch on some delicate matters concerning Queen Camilla and her place in the royal family. It's not just idle chatter, it looks like it's revealing long-standing problems that have been quietly building up. The royal family has often been criticized for keeping things in the dark, and Beatrice and Andrew's decision to speak up might indicate a new approach from the younger generation. Insiders say they feel compelled to address the concerns that have been quietly circulating for years. This bold decision could be a challenge to the monarchy's traditional ways, possibly redefining its relationship with the public. As the headlines spread, it seemed like everyone was asking the same question: could this be the beginning of a rift among the royals? The dynamics between Camilla and the younger royals have often been scrutinized, and this incident has added fuel to that fire. There's a lot of chatter going around about how this might change how Camilla is viewed, both by the royal family and the public. In the wake of these revelations, the palace has remained notably quiet, opting not to comment on the situation. The lack of a response has only fueled the public's curiosity, and now social media is overflowing with speculation. While many are applauding Beatrice and Andrew for their bravery, others are questioning whether this move will help or harm their royal futures. What's also getting people talking is the timing of their revelations. It definitely raises some eyebrows, and of course, the timing really adds another layer of intrigue to the whole situation. Given the growing scrutiny on the royal family in recent years, Beatrice and Andrew's move could be a calculated effort to help modernize the monarchy. The younger royals seem eager to carve out their own identity, one that might differ from the traditional image the public has come to expect. Once the dust clears, there's no doubt the royal family will have to deal with the fallout from what's been uncovered. Will Beatrice and Andrew face consequences for their candor, or will their honesty lead to positive changes within the monarchy? The world watches closely, eager to see how this royal drama unfolds. Queen Camilla's response to allegations. The allegations, which hinted at some underlying issues within the family, caught everyone off guard. Many were curious to see if Camilla would take a defensive stance or if she would choose to respond with grace and composure, as is often expected of her. Following several days of intense media coverage and public speculation, Camilla broke her silence, and her response was clearly a carefully crafted strategy. In a carefully prepared statement, Queen Camilla conveyed her surprise at the shocking revelations but emphasized her dedication to maintaining unity within the royal family. She also recognized the challenges and intense pressures that come with living under constant public scrutiny. Her statement was filled with diplomatic language aimed at calming the waters while also addressing the concerns raised by Beatrice and Andrew. Camilla stressed the importance of communication and understanding within the family, suggesting that these revelations could open the door for honest discussions about their relationships. She expressed her openness to engage in dialogue to resolve any misunderstandings, a gesture many viewed as her attempt to rise above the drama. Reactions were divided. While some admired her maturity, others felt she was dodging the deeper issues. Moreover, Queen Camilla used her statement to reaffirm her commitment to her royal duties. She emphasized her dedication to the causes she champions, such as literacy and women's empowerment, reminding the public of her role beyond the palace walls. This was a clever tactic to redirect the conversation and refocus attention on the positive contributions she continues to make despite the turmoil surrounding her. As the days passed, the public continued to discuss her response. Many royal watchers noted that Camilla's ability to navigate this challenging situation could play a crucial role in shaping her legacy as queen consort. The incident had the power to either solidify her place within the family or push her further apart from the younger royals, with her handling of the fallout sure to be under intense scrutiny. In the wake of her statement, there were whispers of a possible family meeting to address the issues raised by Beatrice and Andrew. Camilla's openness to engage in dialogue was viewed as a hopeful sign of her desire to heal rifts and rebuild relationships within the family. Many hoped that this would lead to a more cohesive royal family, one that could face the challenges of modern society together. However, the underlying tensions between Camilla and the younger royals remained a topic of speculation. Would this incident lead to lasting changes in their relationships, or would old grievances bubble back to the surface? The world watched closely, eager to see how the royal family would navigate these tricky waters. Tensions between Queen Camilla and Princess Beatrice. Tensions are said to have flared during a recent family gathering when Beatrice and her father, Prince Andrew, made surprising revelations about Camilla's role within the family. Although the details of their claims are still private, it's clear they caused quite a stir. Beatrice, always known for speaking her mind, has become more outspoken about her views on the monarchy's future, particularly when it comes to the role of the younger royals. Camilla, on the other hand, has been working hard to establish her position as queen consort. As she navigates her new role, the last thing she needs is friction with the younger generation, particularly someone as prominent as Beatrice. The unfolding drama between them has raised questions about how the royal family will balance tradition with the evolving dynamics of modern family life. Many insiders suggest that the rift between Camilla and Beatrice is not just a simple disagreement, it may reflect deeper issues regarding the royal family's future. Beatrice, together with her sister Eugenie, embodies a new generation of royals eager to update the monarchy and make it feel more in touch with the public. This vision may clash with Camilla's more traditional approach, leading to natural friction between the two. As the public became aware of these tensions, both Camilla and Beatrice faced mounting pressure. Social media erupted with speculation, with fans dissecting every public appearance and interaction between the two. Would they show signs of solidarity, or would the strain be evident? The royal family frequently faces intense scrutiny over how they handle their personal relationships, and this situation was no different. In response to the growing chatter, Camilla has tried to maintain a united front. She has attended public engagements with Beatrice, aiming to dispel rumors of discord. However, body language and subtle interactions have not gone unnoticed. Observers have pointed out moments of discomfort, suggesting that the tension is palpable even in public settings. Beatrice, on her part, has remained committed to her royal duties but has also made it clear that she values honesty and transparency. This has led some to wonder if her desire for openness might challenge Camilla's more reserved approach to royal life. As the younger royals seek to carve out their own identities, they could be pushing back against the norms established by their predecessors. The key question now is whether the tensions will deepen, or if the royal family can work towards healing the divide. Some royal experts believe that a reconciliation is possible, especially as both women share a commitment to the monarchy and its future. A potential family meeting has been rumored, where they could openly discuss their differences and hopefully foster a sense of unity. As Queen Camilla and Princess Beatrice navigate their relationship, the world watches closely. How this situation unfolds could have a major impact on the royal family, affecting both their internal dynamics and their public image. Will they find common ground, or will this rift deepen? The role of royal family dynamics in the incident. This incident centers around a growing rift between the older and younger royals, highlighting generational tensions. Queen Camilla, who has worked tirelessly to establish her role as queen consort, represents a more traditional approach to royal life. In contrast, Beatrice and Andrew embody a new wave of royals who are more open about their thoughts and feelings, often pushing for a modernized monarchy that resonates with the public. This generational divide goes beyond just differing opinions. It speaks to deeper values and evolving expectations of what it means to be a member of the royal family in today's world. The royal family's dynamics have long been influenced by historical context, with each member carrying the weight of tradition while also navigating personal relationships. In this case, Beatrice and Andrew's revelations regarding Camilla may have been influenced by their desire to see the monarchy evolve. By speaking out, the younger royals are taking a stand against tradition, signaling their readiness to assert their voices in a family that has long prized silence and discretion. As news of the incident spread, it became clear that the palace's traditional approach to handling internal conflicts was being tested. Typically, the royal family maintains a wall of silence around personal matters, preferring to keep discussions behind closed doors. However, with the increasing scrutiny from the media and the public, Beatrice and Andrew's decision to voice their concerns about Camilla has forced the palace to confront these issues head-on. This incident has also raised questions about loyalty within the family. Many people wonder whether Beatrice and Andrew's actions could fracture relationships further or if they might encourage a healthier dialogue about the challenges the monarchy faces in the modern era. The balance between loyalty and honesty is always important in any family, but for the royal family, it's even more complex. Public opinion heavily influences how these dynamics unfold, making every action a careful consideration of how it will be perceived. As the royal family navigates this situation, the importance of open communication becomes increasingly apparent. The rift between Camilla and the younger royals might force the family to reconsider their dynamics and how they interact moving forward. A family meeting has been suggested, where discussions could take place to mend relationships and foster a sense of unity. This action could be seen as an attempt to bring the monarchy into the modern age while acknowledging the concerns raised by Beatrice and Andrew. Public reaction to the royal family's feuds. As news of the alleged tensions and revelations broke, social media platforms lit up with discussions. People were quick to voice their opinions, with hashtags related to the royal drama trending almost immediately. Some fans expressed shock and disbelief, unable to fathom how such deeply personal conflicts could spill into the public domain. On the other hand, some weren't as taken aback, noting that the royal family has weathered its fair share of scandals before, making this just another chapter in their long history of family drama. One of the most significant aspects of the public reaction has been the divisive opinions regarding the key players involved. Queen Camilla, who has spent years working to establish herself as a respected member of the royal family, has faced criticism as well as support. Some people believe that she may be clinging too tightly to tradition, potentially causing friction with the younger generation of royals like Beatrice. Others, however, argue that she's been unfairly targeted and that her efforts to uphold the monarchy's values are being overshadowed by internal family politics. On the other side, Princess Beatrice and Prince Andrew have garnered mixed reactions as well. Many see Beatrice as brave for speaking out and addressing issues within the family that others might be too afraid to confront. Her efforts to bring the monarchy into the modern age and increase transparency have earned her a loyal fan base, especially with younger audiences. However, critics question whether airing the family's dirty laundry is the right approach, suggesting that it could damage the monarchy's image in the long run. Interestingly, the public's response isn't limited to choosing sides. Many have questioned the royal family as a whole, wondering if their internal conflicts reflect a deeper issue with how they operate. Some argue that the monarchy is finding it hard to adapt to modern times, and these feuds reflect the bigger issue of trying to balance tradition with the need for progress. This has led to broader conversations about the relevance of the monarchy in today's world, with some calling for reforms and others defending the institution as an essential part of British culture. Despite the differing opinions, one thing is clear: the public is deeply invested in the royal family's drama. Online forums, social media threads, and even casual conversations at coffee shops are buzzing with speculation about what really happened behind the palace doors. The mystery surrounding the feud has only added to its appeal, keeping people hooked as they wait for the next update. The royal family's response, or lack thereof, has also played a role in shaping public perception. Their traditionally reserved approach to handling internal matters has left many frustrated, with some calling for more transparency. At the same time, others admire their stoicism and believe that keeping things private is the best way to maintain dignity in the face of conflict. The future of Queen Camilla's role in the royal family. Queen Camilla has spent a significant amount of time adapting to her position as queen consort. Initially met with skepticism, she has gradually earned a place in the hearts of many royal watchers. Known for her passion for literacy and domestic violence issues, her charitable work has helped cement her as a dedicated royal. However, the recent family tensions have sparked questions about how she'll maintain her standing and fulfill her responsibilities moving forward. The clash between Camilla and the younger generation of royals has highlighted a growing divide in the family. With Princess Beatrice and Prince Andrew advocating for a more modern monarchy, some worry that Camilla's traditional approach may not resonate with the public as it once did. The younger royals are keen to engage with contemporary issues and make the monarchy more relatable, which can sometimes put them at odds with Camilla's more conventional methods. For Camilla, the path ahead will require a delicate balancing act. Navigating her royal duties while meeting the shifting expectations from the public and her family will be a delicate task she'll need to manage moving forward. This may involve embracing a more modern image, one that reflects the values and concerns of younger generations. Successfully navigating the balance between tradition and progress could strengthen her role within the family and elevate her standing within the monarchy as a whole. Many royal experts believe that the current situation presents an opportunity for Camilla to redefine her role. By engaging with the younger royals and fostering open communication, she could create a more harmonious environment within the family. This could lead to a united front, allowing the royal family to tackle contemporary challenges together. If Camilla can show that she values the input of her younger counterparts, she may find herself positioned as a vital link between the past and the future of the monarchy. Moreover, the public's perception of Camilla will play a critical role in shaping her future. As the monarchy adapts to modern society, the public's expectations will evolve as well. If Camilla opens up and shows her more approachable, relatable side, she may win over hearts and cement her place as a beloved member of the family. Engaging in discussions around pressing social issues and showing genuine empathy will help her resonate with the public and enhance her appeal. Royal experts weigh in on the situation. According to royal insiders, the rift between the older and younger royals is not just a surface-level conflict but a symptom of much deeper tensions within the family. The clash of values between Queen Camilla's more traditional approach and the younger royals' desire for modernity has created a significant divide. Experts highlight that this tension is emblematic of the broader challenge the monarchy faces in adapting to contemporary society while maintaining its rich history. One prominent royal commentator noted that the differences in perspective between Camilla and Beatrice could lead to an identity crisis for the monarchy. As the younger generation pushes for a more relatable and transparent royal family, Camilla's adherence to traditional values might risk alienating the public, especially younger audiences who are increasingly demanding authenticity from public figures. This shift in public expectations could put pressure on Camilla to evolve her approach to royal duties and engagement. Another expert emphasized the importance of communication within the family. They argued that open dialogue is crucial for resolving conflicts and fostering understanding. The current situation presents an opportunity for Camilla to demonstrate her leadership by facilitating discussions with the younger royals. Engaging in candid conversations could not only mend relationships but also help the family navigate the complexities of modern royal life together. Additionally, some royal watchers have pointed out that the monarchy has faced challenges before and has always managed to adapt. The ability to pivot and evolve has been a hallmark of its survival through centuries of change. Experts suggest that if Queen Camilla can embrace the younger royals' perspectives and work collaboratively, the monarchy could emerge stronger and more relevant than ever. The public's reaction to the feud has also caught the attention of royal analysts. Many have noted that the ongoing drama has sparked widespread discussions about the royal family's role in contemporary society, with social media amplifying every detail. The public's fascination with the family's inner workings shows no signs of waning. Experts believe that the monarchy must be mindful of this scrutiny and work to maintain a positive image while addressing any internal conflicts. Furthermore, some experts argue that how Queen Camilla responds to the situation will play a pivotal role in shaping her legacy. How she chooses to engage with Beatrice and Andrew will reflect her ability to adapt to changing times. If she can find common ground and showcase her willingness to learn from the younger generation, she may solidify her standing within the royal family and the public's hearts. Potential for reconciliation and the role of King Charles III. As the rift deepens between Queen Camilla, Princess Beatrice, and Prince Andrew, the question of whether reconciliation is possible has captured the attention of royal fans and the public. With the family dynamics in flux, many are hopeful that open dialogue and a willingness to understand each other could lead to healing and unity. There's a very self-entitled person, more so than any member of the royal family. He's stuck out like a sore thumb. No one liked him. It is the monarch that is the key to this and the constitution that underpins the monarchy. The monarchy often emphasizes continuity, leading many to overlook potential challenges it may face in the future. We've been very lucky. My mother was the queen for a very long time, and although you kind of know that this might happen, you don't really think about it very much. Not least of all because the monarchy is about continuity. But I think for my brother, this is something he's been waiting for, and he's probably spent more time thinking about it. For the rest of us, it's more a question of, okay, we have to shift the way we support, and that's what we need to do. And what does that shift look like for you? Well, we don't know yet. There was an order to the years because my mother didn't change very much. We kind of knew what the rhythm of the year was, so things like that will change. And how we are part of the support for the monarchy may change slightly. Prince Charles' public perception and the changing attitudes toward the monarchy. Prince Charles has faced significant public scrutiny, particularly in light of his complicated history with Princess Diana, which has affected his popularity. From the impression I got when I got there, Prince Charles was not the most popular of individuals or members of the royal family because of what happened with Princess Diana. There was a lot of blame attached to him and the royal household. So the general feeling amongst officers was that it was his fault what happened to Princess Diana. Recent polling indicates a shift in public sentiment toward the monarchy, with fewer than one-third of young people in the UK supporting its continuation. A new poll suggests public opinion about the British royals is changing, with less than a third of 18 to 24-year-olds in the UK wanting the monarchy to continue. Commissioned by the BBC's Panorama programme, the YouGov poll also revealed that almost half of those asked, who are from ethnic minority backgrounds, believe the royal family has a problem with race and diversity. Public reactions to the monarchy and the coronation preparations. As preparations for the coronation unfold, public gatherings in York reflect a divided opinion on the monarchy, with both supporters and detractors present. As preparations gear up for the coronation, crowds have turned out for a royal engagement in York. It's exciting, the atmosphere is lovely. I think they make a lovely couple, and I think they are very dignified. There's a small but noisy protest here too. Across the country, there are millions of people who want the monarchy abolished. They spend so much of our money on their lives, their homes, and their travel. We're basically wanting to raise awareness of the growing movement against the monarchy and to object to the succession. Panorama wanted to test attitudes toward the monarchy and commissioned an online poll from YouGov. The poll of nearly 4,600 UK adults suggests 58% want the monarchy to continue. 26% want an elected head of state instead. When YouGov asked the same question in July 2013, a year after the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, 75% of people polled said the monarchy should continue, and only 17% wanted an elected head of state. For young people, the decline in support appears stark. In the new poll, less than a third of 18 to 24-year-olds said the monarchy should continue, compared to 64% back in 2013. The future of the monarchy and the younger generation's views. Do you care about the monarchy? Is it something you support? No, I don't want to say I don't care, but I'd say it's not necessarily something that I'm invested in. I wasn't invested in it. The only person I know who does support the monarchy is my gran, and she loves it. Charles struggles with Gen Z and the future of the monarchy. The future of the monarchy for Charles and William, and the popular support they need, is really in the balance when it comes to younger people. He has an amazing ability to reach teenagers, which a lot of people don't have. And I've literally been with him in prisons, in youth offending institutes, in job centers, and he can make that connection. It is quite extraordinary. The poll also asked whether the royal family has a problem with race and diversity. It suggests nearly half of those from an ethnic minority background think the royal family does, compared with a third of the population as a whole. Claims regarding the king's racial background seem to stem from those intent on creating controversy, despite his heritage being a non-issue. There's not a racist drop of blood in the king. I just don't think it's a problem. It's made into a problem by those who wish to make it a problem. Buckingham Palace says His Majesty and the royal household treat all matters of race and diversity with great seriousness. Times have changed since the last coronation 70 years ago, so will the king adapt to the monarchy? If the monarchy is going to be the thing that makes Britain great, it's going to have to redefine what it is for the 21st century because it's living off the position it had over the past few centuries. The monarchy has been part of the fabric of British life for hundreds of years. As it's done throughout the ages, the crown will have to adapt to survive. When I joined, I think Princess Diana had just passed away the year before. The unit at the time was sort of full of fairly older police officers coming into their retirement because back then, it was a place where you would go to sort of retire, see the last few years of your life in the place where the members of the royal family live. They were right, and to be fair, Prince William and Prince Harry, when I was there, were only young. They were really nice kids, would always talk to the police, always wave when they came in and out in the vehicles. The others were pretty much just quite straightforward, stern, didn't really have any conversation with them. The Queen was very nice. I met her on a number of occasions in the garden, and she would stop and talk. Obviously, you don't talk to her, she talks to you. But yeah, she would pass the time of the day with you if she was in the garden. So you've mentioned that Prince Andrew was one of the people you were about to protect. What was your first impression of him? He was very obnoxious, an angry individual. Obviously, we've got a lot of security procedures at the palace. Gates have to be locked. Gates have to be secured. Guests must be vetted before they are let in. Prince Andrew's temperamental outbursts highlight a troubling pattern of behavior marked by rudeness and entitlement. We never really heard any issues with Prince Charles, Princess Anne, or Prince Edward, because I wasn't resident at Buckingham Palace. So my experience is purely with Prince Andrew and the ways he treated police officers, members of the royal household, the waiting staff, you know, the maids, the footmen, because we were there in direct contact with him. Prince Andrew would fly off the handle if a gate was not opened for him in time or if a guest was stopped because security had not been given the right ID or any information about who they were. He would be verbally abusive, shout, swear, yeah, just a really rude individual. How would he treat other members of staff? The same. Maids, you know, the maids came forward and explained that once he got one to come up 4 flights of stairs to close his curtains when he was sat right next to them. I remember going in at the weekend, we used to do alarm checks, personal attack alarms in all the royals' bedrooms and private apartments to make sure they were working when they were at Windsor. And on this particular occasion, I went into Prince Andrew's bedroom and his apartments, and on his bed was, what I now know was, 72 teddy bears. I had said about 50, but I later confirmed it was 72. 72 teddy bears on his bed. I'm just thinking, all right, okay. And then my inspector showed me a laminated card, which was inside one of the bedside drawers, of a picture of these teddy bears all in situ. And he said the reason for that picture was that the maids had to put them back exactly like it was in that picture. He said if they didn't, he would shout and scream and abuse them. Then a maid came forward and confirmed that she had to do that, otherwise, he would shout and scream. Such behavior raises questions about personal accountability, especially considering that he often exhibits a sense of entitlement more than other royal family members. You know, that's not really the actions of a nice person, to have people having to do that. He's a very self-entitled person. I mean, more so than any member of the royal family. He stuck out like a sore thumb. No one liked him. So on one particular occasion, the officer in the privy purse found a list of appointments for the day. One appointment for Prince Andrew. We were told a female guest was attending, I think about 1 o'clock lunchtime, but her name was not to be entered into the apartments book. So we asked why. We were told her name was Ghislaine Maxwell. And then, obviously, we realized she was the daughter of Robert Maxwell. So we thought, yeah, obviously it's not a good look for her to attend the palace while the Queen is in. If it got out into the public domain, it could be embarrassing. About an hour later, we walked through, we were relieved and post-walked back to the police lodge, and we walked into the garden, the back garden of Buckingham Palace, where the Queen's private apartments overlook. To our right, on the grass by the summer house, a picnic was being set up by footmen and maids. On our way back from the police lodge about an hour later, Prince Andrew was sitting with Ghislaine Maxwell, having this particular picnic. And again, we said, if the Queen looks out of the window and realizes that's Ghislaine Maxwell sat outside on her grass, she probably wouldn't be too happy. That was the first time I encountered her. But after that, it was the same routine. She was just allowed in. We were told not to stop her. She was coming into the palace, she was allowed to just come straight through security, and she would go straight into the quad where Prince Andrew's private door is. She was a regular visitor. And I've said this before, a colleague of mine noted that she came into the palace and out of the palace 4 times in one day. So she had carte blanche to enter and exit. No one else did. No one had that sort of facility apart from members of the royal family. To us, as police officers, seeing this on a daily, weekly basis, we formed the opinion that there was some form of relationship going on between the pair. The decision to slim down the monarchy came at a time when public sentiment was more favorable, making it easier to justify that choice. I think the slim down was said in a day when there were a few more people around to make that seem like a justifiable comment. The world changes a bit, it changes a bit. I mean, it doesn't sound like a good idea from where I'm standing. In terms of my role, I have a role as Colonel of the BLRS in the House Cavalry Regiment as Gold Stick. And Gold Stick was the original close protection officer. So that is a role that I was asked if I'd like to do for this coronation. So I said yes, not least of all because it solves my dress problem. I think it's not unnatural that people are having conversations about the monarchy and the place of the monarchy in various countries, Canada included. And some of the recent polling is suggesting that there is a drop in the percentage of people who would like to see the monarchy continue. How do you deal with that as a family? Well, we don't. In many respects, we don't need to deal with it, not least of all because it is the monarch that is the key to this, and the constitution that underpins the monarchy. We, as a family, see ourselves there to support that. What we do, we hope, contributes to the monarchy and the way in which it can convey continuity, not just of interest but of service, of understanding the way that people and communities want to live their lives. I think so often, we get the chance to see communities and the people who do things really well and are very generous with their time. In a way that, if you look at the media, you tend not to get that impression. Are there conversations about relevance? There will be, everywhere. It's not a conversation that I would necessarily have. I think it is perfectly true that it is a moment where you need to have that discussion. But I would just underline that the monarchy provides, with the constitution, a degree of long-term stability that is actually quite hard to come by any other way. The historical context surrounding the monarchy extends far beyond the present day, and issues like slavery continue to resonate in modern society. Not really a subject of conversation that I would even go down. A historical perspective, which is slightly different, maybe more realistic, and which is, no, the historical perspective just goes back a lot further. And the modern contexts are very different. Hasn't gone away. No, come on. The King and Queen will jet off to Australia and Samoa in their first long-haul tour since the King was diagnosed with cancer. But the multi-day trip down under has raised eyebrows after Buckingham Palace announced that the phrase, walkabout, won't be used out of respect. For Australia's Indigenous communities, it will mark the first royal tour ever where it has been deliberately dropped. In Aboriginal culture, the term, walkabout, refers to when a person travels on foot into the bush in times of ritual meditation, change, grief, or coming of age. Earlier this year, the King used his Commonwealth Day message to celebrate this country's diversity. Together and individually, we are strengthened by sharing perspectives. We recognize today that our diversity is our greatest strength. Back in 2022, the King and Queen reportedly invited Ngozi Fulani, remember her, to Buckingham Palace for talks after the charity boss was repeatedly asked where she was really from by a lady-in-waiting, allegedly. So tonight, I'm asking, is the royal family in danger of going full woke? Going head-to-head on this now are royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams and political commentator Anna McGovern. Both of you, thank you very much, great to have you on the show. Anna, I'll start with you. Do you think the royal family is in danger now of going a bit woke here, especially when it comes to this walkabout stuff? I absolutely think they are in danger of going woke, and I think this is a trend that we're seeing where we're rejecting tradition, something that has been part of our culture for decades. Now, this is something that has been a big part of the tradition, a big part of our history, and I just think it definitely represents the trend that we're seeing and the direction we're going, where we're prioritizing political correctness and not wanting to upset people. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. Institutions, including universities, are increasingly releasing language guides that aim to identify offensive terms, reflecting broader societal shifts. When we're seeing in society as well, you've got institutions such as universities releasing these language guides, where you've got these people telling us what is and what isn't offensive. And I think, yes, I would agree, it's probably the royal family's attempt to try and move with the times, but I think there's probably other ways that they can make an impactful difference rather than this being the stance that they take. The term walkabout, I just think it's quite ridiculous and not necessary. I would say, to be fair, that is something that is a big point of contention in Australia. But then, not just that as well, what we're seeing in the UK, a lot of these same issues do crop up in Australia, especially with freedom of speech and saying the wrong thing, getting cancelled. I've met with so many people who have personally, they've been deplatformed, lost their jobs just for having an opinion, just for potentially saying the wrong thing, and then losing their livelihood as a result. So, with Australia, I think particularly, this is the trend that we saw from 2020 with the lockdowns. They set up, in especially Melbourne, some of the harshest lockdown restrictions in the world. Now, Australia is known as being a country of freedom and liberty, so then I think for many Australians, it was a huge turning point, a big wake-up call when these lockdown measures were implemented, some of the harshest in the world. And then I think now we're seeing a lot more people actually standing up against it and fighting back. A significant concern about the royal family is the potential for calls to action against every member, suggesting that they should all atone for past actions. A big concern that I think people should have when it comes to the royal family caving into stuff is, if you take all of that to its natural conclusion, then it could be argued, and indeed is argued by people, that every single aspect of the royal family is wrong, has got some historical wrong to it, should be cancelled, and should be atoned for. And if you follow it to its natural conclusion, it leads to the destruction of the monarchy. No, absolutely not. Because the monarchy, you have a king as head of state, as a symbol of national unity. To be brief, I mean, it isn't the power the monarchy has, it's the power the monarchy defers to others. And those who respect traditions, and we have so many splendid traditions, as well as those who come from elsewhere who also respect the freedoms that. And I agree with that. It's very important indeed in Britain. I think that the monarchy has so much to commend it, especially as it's the world's most high-profile institution of its type. And the soft power that gives us, it's so essential. But so is the link with the Commonwealth, which isn't, as I say, automatic. You couldn't have a bureaucrat, they rotate. And you certainly couldn't have a rotating head of state. You could get a dictator.